Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Brian Barsoon. Today we'll be covering the current event news topics of the day. Let's get right into it. So today I want to start with a CNN article titled "The U.S. Economy Didn't Get the Recession Memo." So if you don't understand what a recession is, it's 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. So when the last numbers came out last month, indicated that technically by the colloquial definition, we were in a recession. However, the White House and other members of the government and bureaucracy have stated that we are not. So in that case, we're not. So, all right, moving on. Just kidding. So let's take a look at the article here. So they go on to describe about the GDP report from July 28th and a few other factors why saying that we are not in a recession. However, the developments that they like to attribute to this, I'd like to take a look and analyze them. So taking a look, the economy added more than 500,000 jobs in July alone. Yeah, jobs were added back. However, a lot of those were part-time jobs, and not to mention that we still haven't fully recovered from the jobs that were lost pre-pandemic. We're almost there. There's a couple million left, but we're not quite there yet. So it's good that they're adding jobs back. It was higher than in previous months, which were around 300,000 to 400,000, but right now we're still looking to add those jobs back. Secondly, unemployment rate dropped to 3.5%. That kind of ties into the first thing. There's a lot of people that still haven't returned back to work yet. There's a lot of people that are just choosing not to work in general, part of that great resignation you may have heard about a few months ago, or maybe 6 months ago now. Inflation chilled out. Just going to pause there for a second. We're still at 8.5% inflation year over year compared to last year. But yeah, it did go down from 9.1 to 8.5%, which is good. That's always a good thing, but still not good. Let's see. Gas prices tumbled below $4 a gallon for the first time since March. Also a good thing. However, we were at $2.25 a gallon prior to President Biden taking over. So, in some parts of the country, it's, under $3.50. Other parts, it's hovering around $4. Depends on where you get your gas from. I can go into that in a later video if you like. And then consumer sentiment, that's just, I don't know. Stock market notched its longest winning streak since November. The stock market is a good indicator of what's going on in the economy. However, if you're not invested in the stock market, then not really affecting you. If you're more worried about putting groceries on the table and putting gas in your car, really don't have any money to invest in the stock market. So Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's, has only grown more confident that the U.S. economic recovery is intact. This is not a recession. It's not even in the same universe as a recession, Zandi told CNN. It's just patently wrong, to say it is. So that's his opinion from CNN Business. So I just wanted to cover what they were talking about. Moving on, just to look at some other stories. There was some breaking news yesterday. There was a shooting at Six Flags Great America. It was tragic, happened in Illinois. I think 2 or 3 people did pass away. There'll be probably some more details moving forward. Turning over to Fox News now. Today marks the 1-year anniversary since the United States withdrew from Afghanistan, and they're just doing some reporting on that. That withdrawal, in my opinion, one of the worst mistakes we ever made. Yes, we wanted to end the war. That was about 20 years long, but there were several things that went wrong, including the leaving of material and resources, and not to mention people, including the 13 people, American soldiers who were left there and were killed during the 15 days after the Taliban entered Kabul. That was when the last American officer left. So just summarizing, a year ago today, the Islamic fundamentalist Taliban swept into the Afghan capital of Kabul following the collapse of the country's elected government. The last member of the U.S. military left 15 days later, capping almost 20 tumultuous years of American involvement in the Central Asian country. There's 13 members that were killed. Of course, President Biden didn't mention those in his State of the Union address, which I'll just leave that there. And that's just some of the news and stories that are happening around the world today. I'll be posting another video later on today around 5 or 6 o'clock, and that's Eastern time. You can find me on Twitter at Brian_Barsoon, and you can find me on Rumble as well at BB_news. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Have a great day.